Spinning Gold is now available to check out on VOD and is also available to pick up on Blu-ray. But the biggest question is, with this being a biopic film, is this a good film, an average film, or just a terrible film altogether? Find out my thoughts next. Spinning Gold is a biopic of 1970s record producer Neil Bogart, co-founder of Casablanca Records. The film stars Jeremy Jordan, Michelle Monaghan, Jay Pharoah, Dan Fogler, and Peyton List, and was directed by Timothy Scott Bogart. Spinning Gold, I heard about this film through a trailer at the theater. I saw the trailer for this film one time. It came out back at the end of March, and I honestly forgot about it. When I did see the trailer, I was kind of like, it looks all right, I guess, but kind of like the luck that I've had with biopics lately is a lot of them have been just okay to not so good. So I elected to just wait for this movie, and now that it's available to check out on VOD, I gave it a shot. A lot of my YouTube peers have not reviewed this film. I haven't really seen many reviews for this film at all, with a few select reviews really about this film, and even on Letterboxd there's only about 400 reviews, so it definitely hasn't really got a lot of attention. I don't think a lot of people actually knew about this film. So as far as, is this film good, okay, or just plain out bad, it falls under the just plain bad. One positive that I can say about this film is the music itself. You have Kiss, you have Donna Summer, you have the Village People. There's tons of that music throughout the film, and that part about the film is really enjoyable. We have to follow this guy, Neil Bogart, and he basically goes through some flashbacks of how he made it big. The guy is a real jerk. He's very much unlikable. We get to watch him do parties, cheat on his wife, screw over artists, and basically just drown himself in debt throughout the entire film. The flashbacks they have in here, it kind of goes all over the place and it jumps all over the place, which is a little bit confusing to the viewer actually watching this film. And the film itself is just really boring. It never really gets going. There's a lot of parts where we just see a rinse and repeat of this guy just acting like an asshole throughout the film. And again, you can't root for him, and he just narrates throughout the entire film as he goes back into the flashbacks of what was happening during that time period. We get to see some music, but I will say that Kiss, for example, they are actually featured in the film, but it's not actually the Kiss musicians, and it looks really bad who they actually got to actually portray Kiss. And there's also some really bad wigs in here. There is other parts where just a lot of music going on, but not really a lot of story or narrative. And the film gets very boring very quick. And it's also way too long. It's 2 hours and 17 minutes. And you have to endure a lot of the same things over and over throughout the film. There's also so much green screen in here. It's very apparent that it is used very much in this film. The editing in this film, it's not done very well. They have no idea how to create an actual narrative. We get to watch this guy just be on screen, and the way that they portray him, I don't even think majority of the stuff that happens in this film is probably true. And when the film actually ended, I was laughing, and I probably shouldn't have been laughing, but the way that they end this, it just seems so phony and fake. And I realized after watching this film that the person that directed this film apparently was the son of the father. So it makes a lot of sense why they actually painted his father to be this great guy, and he just wasn't. He was a complete asshole. It didn't take any rocket scientist to actually figure out that this guy wasn't doing right in the industry. And even in music now, a lot of this is still happening. They're screwing over artists, taking all these royalties and such, and we see that throughout this film. I think a more experienced director should have taken on this, and also a party where they don't actually have a relation to the actual person and actually get some of the facts that actually happened, because I really think that a lot of stuff was actually fabricated in this film, but I never really took this film serious. And unfortunately, this film, it was just a complete bore, and I cannot recommend this film. So as far as the score for this film, I would give it a 1 out of 5. I like the music, and that's just about it. Didn't care for the narrative, didn't care for the characters. So unfortunately, I would say to skip this film. But let me know down in the comments, have you checked out this film? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it just kind of meh? And if you haven't checked it out, are you going to check it out now on VOD? Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on my next review.